Hi everybody, Aaron Dehart with Summit Funding here today. I wanted to talk briefly with you about a couple of big loan programs that we have out there right now. First one, USDA, United States Department of Agricultural Rural Home Loan. That's designed for outlying or rural areas. So for example, Marino, Sparks area, you've got Cold Springs, Urington, Fallon, Dayton, Nevada, Fernley, areas that are a little bit outside of the skirts of the city limits. Basically, the big thing with USDA is for owner-occupied, meaning you're going to use that loan, you have to be able to prove that you're going to live into that house. You're not going to use it as a rental, you're not going to use it as a vacation home. It's going to be your primary residence that you're going to own or occupy. Second big thing with it is there's 100% financing and absolutely no mortgage insurance required by the USDA for that program. Basically, they want to make sure you've got good job stability, some decent amount of assets in the bank, and your credit doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to make sense. They're typically going to be a little bit harder on your last 12 to 18 months worth of credit. Doesn't mean you're going to be automatically disqualified if you've had some hiccups in the last year and a half, but we are going to have to be able to explain those. Next is FHA. FHA has been around for years, since the 1930s, and it's common sense underwriting. And very small minimum down payment, 3.5% down required for that. And basically that down payment can be a gift from family or friends. You can take a loan against your 401k. There's a lot of different avenues that you can do to help come up with that money for FHA. You have different down payment assistance programs that are available through state and also federal levels for that as well. FHA is actually good for 1 to 4 units. You can actually buy a duplex with FHA as long as you're going to occupy one of those residences, and all the way up to 4 units. So if you're buying a 4-plex, you can actually live in one of those units and then rent out the other 3 units. Income's kind of a big thing nowadays that we see that'll hang up loans sometimes. So basically with income qualifications, we want to be able to make sure that your gross monthly income, meaning the amount before you're taxed on, basically doesn't exceed about 50% of what your total debt obligation is every month that we're used to qualify for it. So car payments, etc., things of that nature are going to be that. Next big thing I want to talk about, we have a lot of first-time home buyers that are interested in condos, and I want to explain some of the hardships or some of the complications that are going on with condos right now. You have a lot of condos that are either in litigation or have HOA fees that haven't been paid. Well, FHA and also Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have been watching that closely, so you kind of got to do your due diligence and do some research, or have a loan officer do some research for you in regards to that condo. You need to first make sure that condo is eligible for financing, that it's either on the approved Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac list or the approved FHA list. If it is, that's the first step. Then from there, you actually have to have a condo cert filled out. You have to make sure that at least 50% of the residencies in that condo complex are owner-occupied, meaning that 50% of the people that have condos there are actually living in them. You want to make sure there's no litigation going on, i.e. no one's trying to sue the condo association, and you also want to make sure that no more than about 15% of the condo association fees are not in default. Those are the biggest things they're looking at right now. So before you go in and make an offer on a condo, make sure you do your due diligence and contact a loan officer and have them do that research for you. I hope that answered some questions today. Again, my name is Aaron Dehart with Summit Funding here in Reno, Nevada. I can be reached at 775-824-3640. Everybody have a great day. Thanks.